always get children that slip through the gap, that forget their lunch or they go off and play, and mum and dad say, they're coming home with their lunch, they haven't eaten anything, or and sometimes they just forget their lunch and leave it at home. What we've started this year in our time on public school is that we've brought the lunch back 10 minutes. So what happens now is the lunches all leave the canteen in the children's bags and everything else, but the children now sit and eat in class for 10 minutes. That way it ensures the teachers can have a look to see if the children have all got a proper lunch in front of them. And if they don't, the teacher will bring the child down to the canteen and we will provide a lunch. I make our own jelly cups and our fruit jelly cups with just natural fruit juice and gelatine, which are really popular. And I've sort of invented a little one which is called a glug. We call them glugs, and we probably sell a couple of hundreds. They're really popular with the kids. They've got a little flip lid, but it's just juice,
Started here 4.5 years ago. The canteen it was actually in the red money-wise. They didn't have a lot of volunteers, and they'd actually just had to cut from 5 days down to 3 days. So when I took over, it was a bit of a mammoth job getting it all back on track. So I had to bring in a whole lot of new volunteers and train them, and now we're running at a nice profit. So at the moment there's some fixed equipment out there, and we're just about to hand over $20,000 to cover that area for the kids so they can play out of the suns.
I wanted to give the canteen a name, the Green Spot, so it made it a little bit more exciting for everybody. We had the local newspaper come down, and we had an open day, and all the kids from the whole school come down. We had fruit, and we had healthy muffins and all sorts of stuff, and they all came down. We've sort of made a couple of changes each year. Mm-hmm. Last year we made a major change where we took all the pastries out for one full day of the week. This year I want to do that again. We might try and take another day off and see how they go, but they've adjusted really well. So.
Look, I nominated Kaylee for the award because in the 12 months that she's been canteen coordinator, she's overhauled our canteen and brought it up to a new standard. So she's, worked with the broader community to put together healthy menus, and she's made sure brought in policies so that we now comply with food and safety regulations and OH&S, and that all our volunteers are trained and informed of what their responsibilities are. And I guess the other thing she's done is that she's engaged the school community in the running of the canteen.
Every morning I pop in, have a coffee, go and read with the kids. If they need me in here, I'm here, I stay here. If I go and read, I come back in here and then stay for a couple of hours. And I just love it. We had an abundance of some pens, I think, didn't we? Had a heap of pens, and they were just sat there from another promotion. So we came up with the idea, here we go, a pen for a piece of fruit. And it worked, didn't it? Absolutely. The kids loved it, and the kids were walking away with a dozen pens in their hand, things. It's good fun,
It goes out of her way to make anyone feel welcome. All new parents that have come into the canteen, Maya was there to show them the ropes, make them feel welcome. She actually always comes in here with her own little biscuits or a bit of cake for the new people and the mothers that are on the ship with her. She'll do anything for anybody.
Mayo is one of those unassuming community members. I believe has had grandchildren here, has, and is one of those people that just unselfishly goes about contributing. She has been a volunteer reader at our school. She has worked in the canteen for longer than I'm aware of, and little known, her connections and her instigation enabled one of my children with cerebral palsy to be provided with an assistant frame so she could actually participate as if she didn't have a disability in the classroom.
Mayo makes me feel awesome, because whenever I go up, she always asks me, "How's your day been, Max?" And she has the best smile on her face.